Chris, thanks very much. Men versus women, sex, lies, and money. This morning, we're taking a two-part look at myths between the sexes. And as we begin, we're going to start with the relationship. Are men really born to cheat? Are women always the gossips? Here to help us find the answers are Marnie Hanel, a contributing editor for Tango magazine, and the executive editor of Maxim.com, Jordan Burchette. Good morning to both of you. Welcome.
Thank you.
So the first issue we're going to start with, the relationship issue that we're going to tackle, I think is a pretty common one that we all sort of assume, which is men cheat more than women. And before I go to you guys, we did take a unofficial poll, a little survey of our own, and I want to listen to what people had to say about it.
In my experience, it is a myth that men are more likely to cheat. Everyone I know, including myself and all my friends, have been cheated on and very rarely themselves do the cheating.
I think that men are more likely to cheat, yeah.
I think everybody might have cheating tendencies.
I think men probably get caught more, but women probably also cheat as much as men today.
Okay, Jordan, what do you think? Is it just that men get caught more?
We do assume that men do it more, don't we? And I think statistically it's proven that slightly more they do physically cheat more than women.
Okay.
But I think
you
women
mean physically versus emotionally?
Exactly. I think women get a free pass because emotional cheating isn't considered cheating per se. But I think that if you could get a window into the kinds of late-night Cinemax screenplays that were unfolding in the mind of an emotionally unfaithful woman, you'd wash your eyes out with soap.
Wait, do you agree with that, Marnie?
Well, I have to say, I think it is a myth that women are less tempted to cheat, but I do think that women hold themselves back a little bit more, and men are slightly more likely to cheat.
Just strength of character, or why is
I think
that?
it's slightly that. I think that men are more raised to be caddish and a little bit more promiscuous, and women tend to not be. So
Well,
they do hold themselves back.
that forgets the flip side of the argument, which is that if men are prone to physically cheat more, women must be more likely to target taken men. So women should really be more understanding when the men take the bait.
Okay, moving on. Our next quote-unquote myth, women want to be wined and dined more often. So let's listen first to what some single folks had to say about this.
They desire romance more, so I think women do want to be wined and dined.
The wine and dine thing is cute now and then, but people love to have fun. People love to kick back and enjoy. I think everybody can do that. Women generally do that now more than ever.
We like to be courted. I think that kicking back and having a couple beers is dangerous because we don't want to be treated like your buddy.
That's a good point. You agree with that, Marnie? That you keep your guard up a little bit because you don't want to be, identified as the pal.
I think that's completely true, and women do enjoy being wined and dined, but the ladies at Tango and I really talked about this, and we decided that the key element is not taking a woman to a fancy restaurant. It's actually just coming up with a plan. And even if that plan is just to go to
put some thought into it. Show you put some thought into it.
And if it's something that you're really comfortable doing, all the better. We want to get to know you. We want to know who you are.
Even if that means hanging out, drinking beer, watching football?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Jordan, what do you think?
Wine and dine versus just hanging out. I think women want both, and they want you to know which one they're in the mood for without having to be told. You can, you're not going to take turns cracking beer cans against each other's skulls,
Okay,
but not every
date
has to be a $2,500 a plate presidential fundraiser either. So.
Okay, that's a fair point. Our next one, men are threatened by women with power and success. I guess, let me start with you, Jordan. Do you think that this is less of an issue, that men have adjusted to this as women have, succeeded more?
Absolutely, because power and success in a woman now means acceptable periods of drunken unemployment for a man later.
But seriously.
No, I think any man who's confident in himself is comfortable with any woman who's powerful and successful and is also confident in herself. It's any combination of the contrary that causes problems.
Morning.
I agree. I mean, I think it's completely related to security. So Lester's a secure man. He doesn't have a problem with you.
Yeah, he is. Okay. He's our ideal man, though. It's not fair to judge everyone else based on Lester.
No.
He's too perfect. Okay, I think we've got time for one more. Women cannot laugh at themselves. And let's listen to what people thought about this one.
That's completely a myth. I laugh at myself all the time.
Some women can. I mean, I have friends that we laugh at ourselves all the time, but some women in the circles that I've been in can't. They take themselves too seriously.
Aren't women always right? So I thought women are always right, so why would they laugh at themselves?
Okay. All right. He's being sarcastic. But Marnie, is it true? Are we a little more sensitive?
I think that women do take themselves a little bit seriously, but it's because they want to be taken seriously. So women do have a hard time laughing at themselves sometimes, and men do need to watch out for that.
Okay, Jordan, you get the last word.
Well, I ask you, when was the last time you saw a woman greet one of her girlfriends, "How they sagging, fatty pants"?
Yeah, not so much.
And that's because men bond via insults. They bond over insults, where women...
It's good-natured insults. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
women could find personally offensive cheap shots in a list of cupcake ingredients. So, I think that women can dish it, but they can't dine on it. They're good at handing out the insults, but when they become the butt of the joke, they don't respond too well to it, especially if that joke's about their butt.
Okay. Very funny stuff. Marnie Hanel and Jordan Burchette, thanks so much to both of you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to read more about common relationship myths, head to our website, todayshow.com.